Now we will go through molecularity of a reaction. Molecularity of a reaction, if we simply look at the definition, it says the molecularity is the number of atoms, ions or molecule that take part in a collision so as to bring about the reaction, right? Or it is the number of reactant species that you see in a single step reaction. Number of reactant species that you see in the chemical equation if the reaction is a single step reaction, right? So molecularity is number of atoms, ions or molecules that take part in collision, to bring about the reaction, right? Or we may also define it as the number of reactant species or the number of reactants in a single step reaction, right? Now we will understand what is collision, right? We will do in detail what is collision theory or what is single step reaction and multi-step reactions, right? We call it as elementary reactions or complex reactions. Now let's take an example of formation of hydrogen iodide. It will form Hi, right? This is a single step reaction. These are single step reactions. Silver ion will react with chloride ion to form silver chloride, right? These are single step reactions. So as per the definition, it is the number of reactant species, right, in the chemical equation of a single step reaction. These are single step reaction. So what are the number of molecules that you see in this equation? Number of reactant molecules. Here we have 2, here we have 2, right? So this, here the molecularity is 2, here also the molecularity is 2, right? Number of reactants in a single step reaction, right? Number of reactants, 2 molecules, so molecularity is 2. Number of reactants, 2, so molecularity is 2, right? And these are single step reactions. This is applicable only to single step reactions, remember that. Now let's see what is this collision, because the definition says the number of atoms, ions or molecule that take part in collision so as to bring about the reaction, so as to cause the reaction, right? Because a reaction is caused when a collision takes place between reactant molecules, right? Here we have reactants hydrogen and iodine, right? What happens is, when a chemical reaction takes place, the reactants that you see in this chemical equation, they collide, right, to form the product, right? And we will do this collision things in detail in collision theory, but here we'll just introduce it, right? So here hydrogen atoms or hydrogen molecules will collide with iodine molecules to form hydrogen iodide, right? So here one molecule of hydrogen is colliding with one molecule of iodine, right? So here the molecularity would be 2, because 2 molecules are colliding, right, to form the product, right? So what is elementary reaction and what are complex reactions, right? Since we said that for a reaction to take place, the reactant molecules must collide, right? So in this single step reactions, we can easily see that these reactant molecules, right, since these are single step reactions, right, so here the reactants will collide in single step, right, to form the product, right? So the minimum number of molecules right? There are certain minimum number of molecules that must come simultaneously close to one another to collide, right? Then only the product would be formed, right? So now let's take some other example. Plus BrO3, right? And now the example that I'm taking is this is not a single step reaction, it would be a complex reaction, right? This would be a complex reaction, and just concentrate why I'm saying it a complex reaction, right? It will form bromine plus water. 3, 5, 6, right? If you look at this reaction, the total number of reactant molecules are 12, right? Total molecules is equals to 12, right? So as per this collision thing, these 12 molecules should come close, right? Should collide simultaneously to bring about this reaction, right? But it is observed that all these 12 molecules do not simultaneously come close to one another. Simultaneously, I mean that these 12 molecules would not collide with one another in a single step, right? And this collision, the collision between these 12 molecules or 12 ions that you see, these are ions, I'm sorry, these are not molecules, these are ions. The collision between these 12 ions takes place in multiple steps, right? Not in a single step, right? So collision between these 12 ions takes place in multiple steps, right? Multiple steps. Let's say 1, 2, 3. Let's say 3. Let's say there are 3 steps, right? So each step of this chemical reaction is called as elementary step, right? Each step is known as your elementary step, or we call it as each step is your elementary reaction, right? These single step reactions are also elementary reactions, right? So the reaction where the collision takes place in number of steps, not in a single step, these reactions are called as complex reactions, right? And all the number of steps that are there in the complex reaction, we call these all these steps as mechanism of reaction. When we write mechanism of these reactions, we mention all the steps, right? So the mechanism of reaction include all the steps, all the elementary reactions, right? And since now let's come back to molecularity. Since every elementary steps includes some atoms, ions or molecules, so every elementary step has its own molecularity, right? Since I said that all the 12 molecules cannot simultaneously collide to form the product, right? And here the definition is number of molecules that take part in collision to bring about the reaction, right? Since collision in this complex reaction is taking place in steps, and each step is known as an elementary reaction, so every elementary reaction or every elementary step has its own molecularity, right? So we say every elementary reaction has its own molecularity, right? Just remember this, every elementary reaction has its own molecularity, and the molecularity of this complex reaction have no meaning. Every step in which this complex reaction takes place has its own molecularity, right? So suppose these are 3 steps in which this reaction occurs, right? I'm just supposing it, right? So every step has a different rate of reaction, right? Remember this. Every elementary reaction of a complex reaction has a different rate, right? We say every elementary step or reaction has different rate. By different rate we mean every step in the complex reaction has different speed, right? And there is a step or there is an elementary reaction that is slowest, right, among all the elementary reactions, right? So the entire reaction, because this, if this reaction occurs in 5 steps, when the slowest step will get completed, right, then only we will say that the entire reaction has been finished, right, or the entire reaction has taken place, or the reaction has taken place, right? So the rate of this overall reaction depends on the rate of the slowest step, right? That is, slowest step is the rate determining step, right? This is very important. So every elementary step or every elementary reaction has different rate, right? And rate of reaction, rate of this overall reaction depends on the slowest step, right, or the slowest reaction among the multiple elementary reactions. So we say that slowest reaction is the rate determining reaction, is the rate determining reaction or rate determining step, right? Because one thing is obvious, because if we have 3 steps, right, and one step is the, suppose 1 2 3, right, this reaction, suppose this is the reaction, A will form B, A is reactant, B is product, and this reaction takes place in 3 steps, 1 2 3, right? And I said that every elementary step has a different rate, that is 1 2 3, all these 3 reactions occur at different speeds, right? And let's say this is the slowest step or the slowest reaction, right? So this reaction A to B, right, which is occurring in these 3 steps, would be considered as completed when first, second and third, all the 3 steps will get completed, right? So among these 3 steps, the slowest step is the second one, right? So let's say this will get finished, this will get finished, right? So rate of this reaction will depend on this slowest step, right? Because this entire reaction would be considered as finished or completed when the rate determining, when the slowest step will get completed, right? So we say slowest step is the rate determining step because the entire reaction or the completion of this reaction depends on the slowest step, right? And we also say that the molecularity of this complex reaction is the molecularity of the slowest step or the slowest reaction, right? So I hope till this point it's clear, right? Because we need to understand the concept of this molecularity, right, which is again very important, right? So slowest step is called as the rate determining step, right? Now it's clear that what do we mean by when we say that number of atoms, molecules or ions that take part in a collision so as to bring about the reaction, right? Here these are single step reactions, right, where in single step reactions it's very simple. You can find the molecularity looking at the chemical equation. The number of reactant molecules in the single step reaction will decide the molecularity of the reaction, right? Because it's a single step reaction, in this single step only these molecules will collide and will form product, right? So collision number of molecules that come simultaneously together to collide determines the or decides the molecularity of a reaction. So here single step, right? So in this single step only hydrogen and iodine molecule will collide to form the product. So molecularity is 2. Now in this complex reaction that consists of 12 ions, right? Here all 12 ions cannot simultaneously collide, right, to bring about the product or to bring about the reaction. These 12 ions will collide in steps, right, and each step is called as elementary reaction, right, and every step, in every step certain number of ions will collide, right, and the number of ions that collide will determine the molecularity of that step. So in complex reaction, that is why we say that every step or every reaction, elementary reaction, will have its own molecularity, right, and molecularity of this complex reaction doesn't make any sense. And we said that if this complex reaction occurs in multiple steps, say in 3 steps, right, then every step will have a different rate of reaction, or we say every step will occur at a different speed, right, and the slowest step or the slowest reaction will determine the rate of this reaction, right, or we say the slowest step is the rate determining step. This is important to understand, that slowest step is the rate determining step. How? Right, so molecularity, we need to compare molecularity and order. Molecularity of reaction, right, and order of reaction, right, order of reaction. Let's just look at some steps, right. We say that it is the number of concentration terms, right, because if you remember, rate is directly proportional to a to the power of alpha, b to the power of beta. We have done this in previous lecture. Order was alpha plus beta, right. This was order of reaction, right. So this, if you look at, this is always a whole number. By whole number we mean it would be like 1, 2, 3. Like these reactions, this reaction would be bimolecular reaction, right. So if there are 3 molecules that are colliding or that will come close together, we will say it as it's a termolecular reaction, right, since 3 molecules are there. 2 molecules, bimolecular reaction. If there is only say 1 molecule, so it would be a unimolecular reaction, right. So this is always, sorry. This is, let's just reverse. I have to write this here. So molecularity, it's always a whole number, right? And this molecularity can never be in fraction, right? This can be a fractional value, like 1.5. If you remember the dissociation of acetaldehyde, right? Dissociation of acetaldehyde, right? This is a dissociation of acetaldehyde is a fraction. This is the order is 1.5 for this reaction, right? Rate of reaction for this is 1.5. Rate is, it's like this. Rate is K. It depends on 1.5 concentration of acetaldehyde, right? And if we talk about, again, let's compare it in some other step. We know that this is always determined experimentally, right? Because you know, we have already discussed this, that there was one rate of reaction using law of mass action, that was theoretical, that we mentioned using the balanced chemical equation, right? And order of reaction is determined from the rate expression, which is determined experimentally, right? So order of reaction is always determined using your rate expression, which is determined experimentally, right? So it can be calculated by simply adding the molecules. This one can be, you can get this by adding molecules of slowest step, right? The molecules of slowest step, because as I said here that the molecularity of complex reaction is the molecularity of the slowest step, right? And it is the number of, it is the number of, it is the sum of, it is the sum of number of concentration terms to which these molar concentrations are raised, right? And what about this? What about the molecularity? It is the number of atoms, ions or molecules that must collide to bring about the reaction, right? Number of atoms, ions or molecules that must collide to bring about the chemical reaction, right? And it is the sum of the concentration terms, right, on which the rate of reaction depends, right? And from this we can see that rate of reaction depends on alpha concentration of A and beta concentration of B. So so order of reaction would be alpha plus beta, right? So these are some of the comparison of between order of reaction and molecularity of a reaction. One more thing, higher molecularities are rarely found, right? Mostly the molecularity that you will see would be 3, right? Molecularity rarely exceeds 3. Why? Because it is seen that maximum number of molecules that can come simultaneously together to collide is 3. Mostly it's 3. It's very rarely it's more than 3, right? So that is why molecularity is rarely found to be higher than 3, right? Because it is a number of molecules that come close together simultaneously to collide that will decide the molecularity of a reaction. So which number in most of the cases it's always seen to be 3. So molecularity rarely exceeds 3, right? So I hope all this is clear to you, right? We have some problems on this that you can practice that will make your concept clear. We will be doing this collision theory in detail that will also clear your concept of molecularity. Thanks.